The next speaker is Suzanne Graham from SHIP, the Scottish Health and Industry Partnership. And you might well wonder what that actually means. And it is that industry has the money, so we do well to engage with them. And Suzanne is going to give us an oversight of pilots and projects that are planned to be funded. And depending on the outcome, they have the resource to continue and roll this out nationally. So thank you, Suzanne.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity of presenting at your National Research Day. My name is Suzanne Graham and I'm a Programme Manager for Innovation Collaboration from the Scottish Health and Industry Partnership team. In my presentation today, I'm going to cover the innovation infrastructure in NHS Scotland. I'll then go on to talk about the Scottish Health and Industry Partnership Initiative and finish up with talking about some funding opportunities that will be available for innovation. So the innovation infrastructure in NHS Scotland is centred around 3 regional hubs. We've got the South East hub, which is Health Innovation South East Scotland, with NHS Lothian being the host board, working with Fife and Borders. Then we've got the North of Scotland Innovation Hub, with NHS Grampian being the host board, working with Highland, Tayside and the Island boards. And then we have the West of Scotland Innovation Hub, with Greater Glasgow and Clyde being the host board, working with Ayrshire and Arran, Forth Valley, Lanarkshire and Golden Jubilee. The innovation hubs do work closely together and do deliver Ones for Scotland solutions, and there is governance structures in place to ensure that the hubs are all in regular communication with each other, so everybody knows what's happening in each other's area. Crucially, the innovation hubs provide access to the test beds, and this is where the innovation projects are actually carried out. So the test beds were established in 2018 with funding from the Chief Scientist Office, and the test beds incorporate e-health, clinical, research and innovation expertise to support innovators. There's project management support, which enables streamlined data access and project governance. And crucially, there's access to patients through directly interacting with service pathways. This all happens through the test beds. So ultimately, the test beds provide a suite of key enabling functions to support co-design, co-development and co-delivery of projects. The functions that they provide include technical, governance, whether that's ethical, regulatory approval, evaluation, clinical engagement, data access, contracting and business case development, which might be legal support or licensing and IP support. An example from an iHealth example of a project that's currently been taken forward through the testbed infrastructure is Ian Livingston's work around evaluating digital tools for remote visual testing, which I'm sure some of you are aware of that work. A new piece of the innovation infrastructure that's currently being developed is the Accelerated National Innovation Adoption Pathway, or ANIA, which is sometimes referred to. So this pathway will be hosted within the Centre for Sustainable Delivery at the Golden Jubilee, and this will be the pathway that takes forward innovations that have gone through, that have been tested through the testbed infrastructure, and they've been proven to work well, and there's something that we want for national rollout in Scotland. So this pathway will take forward these innovations to get them across the nation as quickly as possible. So the innovation hubs and testbeds were established to make it easier for innovation projects to take place. And there has been a lot of great innovation work happening in Scotland, but the landscape is still very complex, and it's not always the easiest place for people in the NHS and for companies to know where, how to access the innovation infrastructure. So clearly some more work has been required to make it easier for all of this to happen as easily as possible. And the Scottish Health and Industry Partnership Initiative is another piece of the infrastructure that's been put in place at the start of the innovation journey to help provide support. So the Scottish Health and Industry Partnership is an initiative that's hosted by the Chief Scientist's Office and also the Innovation Division of the Economic Development Directorate at Scottish Government. It's aimed towards strengthening Scotland's innovation activities in health and social care to solve real problems and improve quality, efficiency and sustainability of healthcare. SHIP will support Scotland's economy through activities that strengthen its life sciences sector, attract investment into Scotland, develop large-scale innovation and support the growth of robust businesses. And quite simply, the SHIP initiative has two main objectives. The first one being around growing the economy and strengthening Scotland's life sciences sector, and the second objective being around supporting remobilisation of NHS, accelerating the adoption of innovation into NHS and social care for the greater good of everybody in Scotland. So we have 8 mission building blocks to deliver the 2 overarching objectives. The first one is around outlining innovation priorities, processes and opportunities in Scotland. So we'll be developing and publishing a demands plan, which will be a regularly updated source of priority areas for innovation in Scotland. We're overseeing a pipeline of innovation projects which are currently taking place via the test beds, and we are continuously reviewing our board's remobilisation plans to ensure that innovation activity meets NHS needs. Our second workstream or building block is around data and artificial intelligence. Scottish Government have confirmed £20 million of funding to develop an AI hub, and this will create AI innovation and commercialisation capability in Scotland, linked to the National AI Strategy and Tech Scalers programme. The third area is around delivering the capital investment strategy. So we'll publish a life science, health and social care investment plan. We've got a working group which is chaired by Ian Campbell, who's the ex-Innovate UK Chief Exec, and will be acting on recommendations regarding what can be done to increase deal flow in Scotland. The fourth area is around strengthening the life sciences cluster. So we have our 3 regional test beds which are delivering innovation activity against an SLA. We're developing funding opportunities for companies to work with the NHS to develop and test innovative solutions, and I'll talk a bit more about that in future slides. And we also have around 20 different consortia in place. So these are innovation groupings of industry, NHS and social care and academia working together to develop solutions. This is a key aspect of my role, and we'll be exploring, we're currently exploring creating an eye health consortium. The fifth area is around medicines and vaccine, and we're supporting the delivery of the NHS pharmaceutical functions and optimising innovative medicines and vaccine development. We have a building block around regulation. We want to provide effective regulatory support to Scottish companies and innovators, and we have a subgroup working on this with recommendations expected to be published next month. We have a UK interface workstream, and we want to strengthen the links with the UK innovation agencies and work together across the 4 nations. And then finally, we have a workstream around global presence and increasing Scottish engagement with global innovation. So, as I mentioned in my previous slide, we have a number of funding initiatives that will be coming out of the SHIP team. One of these is called the Innovation Demand Accelerated Catalyst Challenge. So this is an enabling mechanism to develop innovative solutions to the demand plan priority challenges. So we will launch pre-commercial funding calls aligned to priority needs. So we're looking for collaborative applications from academia, industry and the NHS partners to come forward with ideas to address the demand areas. Successful innovation proposals will be taken forward through the innovation hubs and test beds. And the funding calls will support translational research aimed at the de-risking early to late stage innovation solutions such as medical devices, in vitro diagnostics, high impact patient focused digital health technologies, and confirming the clinical and economic benefits for health and social care from the subsequent early adoption. The calls will be launched in a phased approach over the next 18 months, and we are hoping for the first call to be launched next month in December. At the moment, everything is not fully signed off, but we anticipate that £3 million will be available, with each funding call having £1 million allocated to it. The funding calls will be advertised to the market through the Public Contracts Scotland website. And the first challenges will cover the NHS Scotland Recovery Plan priorities for the recovery of outpatient waiting times, which includes ophthalmology and diabetes, and early diagnostics within cancer. The next funding initiative is around the Innovation Fellowship Scheme. So again, the full details have not been, all the details have not been fully signed off for this, but at the moment we anticipate that this would be a 2-year scheme where successful applicants would have protected time to participate in innovation projects. It will be open to all clinical professions, and the fellows will be supported through the regional hubs and testbed infrastructure. Timescales are still to be confirmed, and we hope to be able to provide more information on this shortly. And the final funding initiative to talk about today is £20,000, which has been allocated as a stimulus for eye health innovation projects. So we're looking for you today at this event to see who's got some ideas for an innovation project. The criteria for the project would have to be that you're working with an industry partner to take forward and test a solution. We're looking for innovations that are close to being market ready. The projects would be administered and delivered in collaboration with the test beds. Project areas could be around prevention, managing demand, workforce, person-centred care, novel treatments for high incident conditions. Is just some suggestions of where the project areas could fall. And so if you do have an idea for an innovation project, the first step would be to get in touch with your innovation hub or test bed to talk it through. I'm very happy to be part of those conversations as well, and depending on what kind of interest we get and what kind of suggestions for projects, we'll have to consider that at a national basis, what projects we would be able to fund. So yeah, if you do have an idea, talk to me and your regional innovation hub and test bed, and we can take it from there. And my contact details are on the screen. Please do get in touch if you would like to discuss anything in relation to innovation. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne, for that really useful talk. I think we're all a little bit clearer now on the overlap between industry, innovation and research, particularly the last slide, which is most encouraging. And I'm sure many in the audience will have ideas and will be in contact with you.